Today I want to talk about vehicle wraps and more specifically truck wraps for home service businesses like lawn care, plumbing, industries like that. If you're watching this or you're not in those industries, these tips will help you if you do decide to wrap your vehicle. But disclaimer right off the beginning, I am not an expert in vehicle wraps as far as the marketing for that. I want to give you the perspective just as a normal guy like myself who would see a truck and whether the marketing would work as far as me picking up the phone and calling. Now, if you are looking for a professional and an expert in vehicle wraps, I highly recommend Mike Naparano with NovaWorks because he is the king when it comes to marketing. So I'm actually looking forward to him beating this video up as far as if my tips are accurate or not. But number one, I would say the first tip in wrapping your vehicle to where it actually generates phone calls and leads is to have your actual phone number on there. Here's what I mean. Back in the day, you used to say something like 555-555 lawn. Well, here's the thing is very seldom do we actually have to dial a phone number anymore. And I hate to say it, but we've become so lazy and so dependent on Siri and things of that nature that actually having to decode the word lawn will frustrate people enough to not call you. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. So I would say to have your phone number numerically listed out as opposed to the phone number spelling a word, because it's just, again, we're not used to using our phone dialers anymore, so it's just annoying. Number two, make sure that you have your company logo on your truck. If you don't have a logo, you have to have one made, and it's just brand recognition over and over again. Oh yeah, you know what? I know those guys. In fact, when I go to the gym, I always wear my Market with Mario t-shirt, and I have people always ask me, what is that, and what is that? And I have someone, I met a realtor the other day, and she was like, oh yeah, I've seen your ads online. I've recognized that logo. So people will remember your brand and your logo, and they just have that familiarity with it. So when they do see you, on Facebook or your website, like, oh yeah, I know those people. So make sure you have your logo on there. Number three, make sure you have your website on there, especially on the tailgate or the back, because if you're at a stoplight, a lot of people won't necessarily call you right then, but they may want to check out your website and go there real quick. And again, I know this is going to come as a huge surprise, but when we're at a stoplight, we're on our phones, and we're wanting, no one sits there at a stoplight anymore and just, listens to the radio anymore. We're constantly on our lap looking at our phones, hopefully putting it away before you drive off. But again, another way you can get visitors to your website is by having your .com right there on your truck. Number four is have your social media icons on the social media platforms in which you're present. Now, here's the key is only put them on there if you're actually active on Facebook, Twitter, for instance, because if I'm behind you at a stoplight and I see the Facebook icon, I'm like, cool, I'm going to check them out on Facebook. And if they haven't posted since 2012, then there's no reason to follow that brand or that company. So if you are going to announce that you're active on these platforms by putting the logo on your truck, the icon on your truck, make sure that you're posting consistently so people have an actual reason to start following your company on Facebook, Twitter, etc. Number five, this is important. Make sure that it's professionally done. Invest some money and get this done right. And there's nothing wrong with the truck that's just getting started with the business or who's been in business forever and just never decided to upgrade. But what I mean is, I don't want you to skip dollars on this and have a magnet that's crooked. Now, I want you to really hear me on this. Having a magnet on your truck and not having completely wrapped is one thing. If I'm talking about the one that's put on there just lazily, it's falling off or it's crooked, because if you're coming into my home to do some kind of contract work and you're not willing to pay attention to those types of details, what other corners are you going to cut when you're in my home? And that's what people think. So I'm not saying you have to go out there and get a Range Rover or get a Hummer and have it wrapped and spend thousands of dollars, because that may send the other signal like, wow, how expensive are these people? But again, hiring a company like a NovaWorks to do a professional wrap job just says, if this company is willing to put their dollars into this and help their image, then I know they're a company that's going to be reputable. Again, it's all about what people think about your brand before they even pick up the phone and call. So, and again, I'm not talking about spending a ridiculous amount of money. Just have it professionally done. And again, I don't want to get a bunch of hate comments or hate emails about, hey, we're doing great in our business and we have magnets, and that's fine. I'm just talking about at least make sure that they're straight. And maybe that's just me being, just crazy when it comes to things being straight. So I hope these 5 things help you if you're thinking about, hey, we really want to step up our game and get some wraps on our trucks and get some more recognition. It really does help. And typically in most industries, all it takes is one phone call for it to pay for that kind of service. Hope this helps, and if you've had success with some other branding initiatives on your truck wraps, I'd love to hear about that as well. Take care.